What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am a bit under the weather. Not sure how my voice sounds. I don't think it sounds that great to begin with, but I am assuring you it sounds worse than it normally does. But I wanted to get a stream together. I felt good enough to get on here, say what's up to some people, hang out for a little bit. Probably will be a short stream, but hopefully find you guys some good plays. Share maybe some of the premium plays I posted this morning with the public, and just say what's up to people and hang out because it's been the holiday season. I haven't seen everybody and I miss you. All right. That's what it is. I miss you. Yes, I know what you're asking. This is a new hat. Thank you. My wife got it for me. It is a Kobe Bryant tribute hat. It says I miss Kobe, number 8. It's got a 24 somewhere here. Thank you. I love it. Hope you guys had a great Christmas with family. And more importantly, got some good time with your family and friends. More importantly than the gifts and everything, remember the reason for the season. All right, I've ranted long enough. I've got a couple of things I'm going to throw up on the screen. First and foremost, yes, last week, if you were around my socials, you saw that we were sweating out this plus 3,300. And it came all the way down to Sunday night. I think it was Sunday Night Football here. Mike Evans literally was like, when I built this out, as you can see by the odds too, he was one of the better plays on here, one of the more sure plays to hit, and he sold us. I didn't cash out. I am a brave man. I brave-hearted it. I didn't cash out. Did hedge a little bit, so I made some money off this, which was fun, but it would have been more fun to hit this. And yes, I literally built this all using PropsBot. I went through here, and I'll show you what I did. It's not that crazy. I went through here and I sorted by confidence score highest to lowest on the anytime touchdown, and I started picking plays. So essentially, as you can see, the highest play on the board this week is Saquon Barkley. No real surprise there. Saquon, Jonathan Taylor. Whoops, clicked into that on accident. We've got Josh Jacobs, Bucky Irving. I think I might have skipped a guy or two, to get some of these guys. Like Brian Thomas Jr. was a guy that he was probably higher up on the confidence score, but not maybe one of the top 10 plays. And he was just a guy I wanted. So this is what I'm getting at with this. You want to combine the confidence score with your own biases and your own opinions and what you've seen and what you think makes sense. This week, for instance, Terry McLaurin, I don't know how far down this list he's going to be. See, they've got Brian Robinson Jr. I get that. Like, Brian Robinson Jr. is probably more likely statistically to score a touchdown today. However, what the app doesn't have is the knowledge that Terry McLaurin has a incentive on season-long money. He's going to get extra money if he scores a touchdown. Some sort of a thing. I don't remember if it was like a certain amount of touchdowns he has to get. But basically, if he scores a touchdown today, I know he gets an extra payday at the end of the year. That is something that, that goes beyond the algorithm, goes beyond statistics, goes beyond data points. I think they might try a little bit more than normal to feed him the ball. Now, Washington still has to win. So at the end of the day, they still have to win the game. But I think that's something that you have to factor in. So Terry McLaurin, for instance, could be a guy I throw into my anytime touchdown play of the week. But I'm not just going to show you the losers. We had some big winners. This was a plus 2,200. We cashed out on Christmas Day. My father-in-law and I were sweating out Russell Wilson's 200-plus yards. He got 205 at the very end. Should not have been a sweat, but we cashed this. I mean, basically, guys, I'm just showing you, ever since I've been using the app, that combined with the knowledge I already had and the research I already do, we've been hitting some pretty big plays here, some pretty big slips, a lot of plus 300s, plus 900, plus 2,200. This is a plus 900 we hit yesterday on T. Higgins. I saw a bunch of members in the Discord cash this, plus 318. Yeah, you guys get the picture, all right? I'm not going to put any more up on here. These are mostly sprinkle bets, guys. Don't play a plus 33,000 for, a full unit. That would be nonsensical and silly. Let's say what's up. I've kept Josh's message on the chat the whole day here. He's a good guy. He deserves it. Kyle, what is up? Beautiful picture of your dog there. And Hulk, I trust. Let's go. Fun games to watch today. Even better when you win. Show Hulk some love. Thank you, Derek. I appreciate you guys. Listen, I've just been saying what's up to everybody. Jose, appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for this hat. It's nice. It looks good backwards. It's just got, all the things, all right? It's a nice fit. Thank you. I appreciate it. You guys know I'm a big Kobe fan, as you can see from the photos behind me here. Morning, Patrick. What is up, Patrick? Look at that Sabres hat and the polo, you handsome son of a gun. All right, guys. For the people that don't already know me, this is the first time you're here. I'm sorry I haven't given you any plays yet. I'm just excited. I'm just saying what's up. Hopefully you've still enjoyed being here and haven't already closed down the stream because you're like, I don't have any plays yet. All right. Let me do something right off the bat for you. Sam Darnold, I think, is in a great spot, not for an anytime touchdown. Oh, you know what? This is an odd one here. So Sam Darnold, they have 2 games for Darnold today. Let's see if it's been combined into one or not here. Passing touchdowns. There we go. Passing touchdowns. All right. It did actually. So the app earlier today, we're still in beta mode, guys. It'll go live, I think, by Wednesday this week, by the way. Had 2 records for them because their game was 1 o'clock originally, and then it got moved to 4 o'clock. But that got fixed automatically. So good to see that the algorithm and everything is working. I posted this play. It looks like the odds are still the same. FanDuel has it at a minus 120. As you can see, Sam Darnold. I have this on the screen. I'm all over the place, guys. All right. I'm heavily medicated, sipping on some tea here, which is not normally my style. But basically, this week, what you want to do for this week and next week is you want to look at the teams and players that have incentive to succeed. Incentive to win the game. We want to be playing games that matter. All right. We don't want to be necessarily putting a lot of money into games between teams that have more maybe incentive to sell the game to get a better draft pick. So I'm going to look at Sam Darnold over here. As you can see, the best odds for this line will always be in this box right here. So minus 120 on FanDuel. But if you say, hey, I don't have FanDuel, so, that doesn't help me. No problem. We got you. Click right over here and you just scroll around. As you can see, if you need a little juice cutter, ESPN Bet has you there at a minus 800 for that juice cutter. If you want to know how many times he gets 1+ touchdowns, well, in the last 10 games, he's got a 90% hit rate, averaging 2.10 passing touchdowns over that span. Over the last 5, though, he averages 2.6 per game. So, as you can see, he's hit that in 6 games in a row. But if we want to look at his regular line, which is 1.5, we're just going to slide that there, and you can shop the book. So if you have Bovada, it's a minus 125. BetMGM is a minus 140. Fliff right over here. Fliff's available everywhere. That is a minus 150. If you want to alt it up on BetRivers or Ballybet, you can get that at a plus 295 here. This is a game that matters. Minnesota and Green Bay both have to win this game. So I want to be investing a decent amount of my money into a game like this. It's a tight spread, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's like a 1.5 point spread here. 1.5 point spread, over under 48.5. These are the games you want to be betting on as you get towards the end of the season, not these games with a 32.5 point over under with 5 players banged up. That doesn't really matter. I know Miami's technically in the hunt, but they're not going to make it, guys. I don't think Miami's going to get in there. I don't see Denver losing their last game of the season, and truthfully, Miami and the Colts, we don't deserve to be there, really. We had our chances. So that's the first play I'm going to give you guys right there is Sam Darnold. Play it whatever book you have available. As you can see on the screen, we've got Caesars at a minus 129, but the best odds right now are a minus 120 on FanDuel. I have talked a lot. Let me take a sip and say what's up to everybody. Most quarterbacks look out for their teammates too on the incentives. Absolutely, Patrick. Absolutely. You're telling me that you share a locker room with a guy and that guy's been there for you all year, and these guys are we're talking about millions of dollars, not just like, these small incentives. These guys are getting like $300,000 incentives, $1 million incentives and stuff. I know Mike Evans has a big one too to reach that 1,000 yards. You don't think these guys talk about it and care about $1 million, $300,000? Woo! You better believe I'd care about it. PropsBot, you have Kyle, I kind of answered, but so we went live, a bunch of people downloaded it, but I pulled it back because there was just a couple of little data tweaks I wanted to do. And normally, once the app is really launched, like we don't have to pull it down when we're doing updates. So this is a great question. We don't have to pull it down when you're doing updates, but because we hadn't really officially launched yet, I pulled it back again. So that was my bad. I probably shouldn't have launched to begin with. I gotta be honest with you guys. I just got excited. All right. I just got excited. So I launched it. Some people downloaded it. So I know there's a couple people out there using it right now. That is my blessing, my gift to you guys right now. Obviously, when it goes live, there will be the paywall behind it or whatever. And I'm happy to get people's feedback on it anyways, though. So it's valuable to you guys, valuable to me. But we should, listen, software, you never know. Patrick's in here. If Patrick's still here, he can attest to software is always delayed. But I'm thinking that we go live by January 1st, the new year. So I'm hoping by end of day Tuesday, I can do, I'll maybe do a live stream or something. I'll definitely be tweeting about it. It'll go live. I'll post the link. If you're in my Discord and on the launch list, which I have pinned right here, and I'll show it again. There's links here. That PropsBot.AI launch list. You can either get in the Discord or get on that launch list, or do both. Better yet, do both, and that'll get you a discount code for when we launch. I'm going to be giving away a free month and stuff, or free months here. I got to figure out what the Apple App Store and Android App Store will let me do. But yeah, so definitely hop on that list. What's the picks for anytime touchdown? Henry, great question. I got you. All right. I already built out an anytime touchdown slip and posted it in the Discord. So let me just look at that and use that as reference. I can't promise you guys I can hit these anytime touchdown parlays every single week, because my goodness, if I could, I probably wouldn't be here, guys. I probably wouldn't be here. I'd probably be on a beach somewhere. I'll be honest with you, with my family, and just, living life slowly and whatever, just relaxing, being a blessing to others somewhere warm. Right now it's, 30 degrees where I am. But if I can try to replicate that again, I would start with probably a Saquon Barkley play for anytime touchdown. Barkley's in a great spot. If you want the odds, though, because this is obviously ugly, A.J. Brown was interesting last week when Jalen Hurts went out. And again, we got Kenny Pickett this week. When Jalen Hurts went out, Kenny Pickett just fed A.J. Brown the ball. Sorry, I had a cough. So I think there's a good chance that A.J. Brown gets a touchdown this week, gets fed a lot, and on one of those targets, he's getting peppered. He breaks it off for a big touchdown. But if you want the safer play, let's say, then I would go with a Saquon Barkley play here. So Saquon Barkley's safe. A.J. Brown's not so safe. Let's throw them both on the board for now and move on. But I think you probably would want to maybe make a selection here on one. I know everybody's high on JT this year or this week. JT is not as good without Richardson. I don't care what people say. I know Richardson takes away the touchdown from him, but he also provides him with that RPO option, and it opens up a lot of lanes for JT. JT had 200 yards rushing last week, partially because of the lanes. Anthony Richardson had 75 yards rushing. So those lanes open up because of Richardson back there. This week, no Richardson. So if you want my lock play, or more likely, let's say not lock, more likely play, it's JT. But if you want my play, I think is actually a really sneaky play at plus odds, I would go with Josh Downs. So if you're looking to build out a big, this might be like a plus 400 and something, just put Josh Downs and A.J. Brown together, because I think that is an interesting angle. And I think both those guys have really good spots. Josh Downs has been great with Flacco in the lineup. Flacco likes those intermediate routes. Josh Downs is a guy that's great getting open. He can absolutely break one for a touchdown. In the Saints and Raiders game, I mean, really the only guy I would look at is Brock Bowers here, but it's probably not where I want to put my money. Jets and Bills, the Bills pretty much are locked into that second spot. They don't have a ton to play for. I don't see Josh Allen putting his body on the line. So I think it depends. If they get down to the 1 yard line, he could score on the tush push for sure. But if they're, 5 yards out, I don't see him scrambling in there and risking a hit too often this week, because they're kind of, like I said, they're kind of locked in. So maybe James Cook is a pretty safe option. Breece Hall could definitely be interesting. But I think that my two preferred spots in this game are either Adams or Wilson. Hold on one second. Woo, a little nasally. All right. I am sick. I have a cold. I have been telling everybody in the Discord I'm all jacked up, but I'm here and we're going to build out a parlay and make some money. So if you're going to go the long odds way, I think I lean Adams, but Garrett Wilson's odds, man. Like, all right, let's take this. You guys, I assume you guys got this by now if you're watching. So what I'm going to do, what's the best way to format this? I want to try to keep this so that you guys can see it here at home. But I'm going to take out a couple of these surefire guys here, these lower odds plays. And let's just see what we got. That's a plus. Man, guys, that's a plus 2,200 for these three guys to score. I think that's a great play. I'm just going to throw $10 on it, because or do I really want to? Do I want to go with Devontae Adams? You know what? Let's do it. So I'm going to reuse these selections because I really like these three guys. But if you want to sub out Garrett Wilson, just go Devontae Adams. I mean, look at that. That's a plus 1,500. Use a boost on it to get it to like plus 18, plus 1,900. That's three guys that score a touchdown, and we're not asking for a lot. We're not asking for a lot here. Let me make sure I'm getting caught up on chat and not getting too far behind. Tyler, what is up, man? Appreciate you, Tyler. Look at that picture. What a polo. What a stud out to dinner there, it looks like. Appreciate you, Tyler. Listen, I am doing my best. We had a great Christmas. In the Discord, we went like 7-1 and then cashed that plus 2,200. That was an awesome Christmas. I was very thankful. Was excited to do that with my father-in-law. We got to sit there and sweat out that Russell Wilson bet at the very end. And my goodness, was it a sweat. Came down to the very last drive, even though he needed like 40 yards left in a game that they were behind with like 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Had like 3 possessions, literally just kept handing the ball off and overthrowing the running back. It was super tilting, but it cashed, so I'm thankful. Had an awesome Christmas. From a betting perspective, had an even better Christmas from a more importantly, a family perspective, and just had some good time. Although I was sick on Christmas too. So I was just starting to get sick on Christmas. Think I may have infected people. I apologize to those, if you are watching, who I may have infected. Sorry, I got to go up real quick. Josh, looking for a good money line juice cutter between the Bills and the Bucks. Who you like? Both teams have incentive to win. I mean, the Bills have incentive to win because I think if they lose in a really bad scenario, they could drop out of that second spot. But I really don't see that happening. I think the Bills are pretty safe because they're in a division game. They're pretty safe, but the Jets really would love to kill their playoff hopes. Let me just see what's the best way for me to look at this now that I've expanded this. You know what? Philly, Dallas, nothing there. Indy, yeah, I mean, those are probably your best bet. Yeah, I guess I would just go the Bills then. Tampa Bay and Carolina is not a lock to me either, man. Like these games are like trap games. You know what I did? I moved this over, but now I can't go back. And there's probably a way to do it better, but I need to be able to see the NFL tab. All right, here we go. So let's go back here. I mean, I love these three, but let's keep building for a minute. Devontae Adams or Garrett Wilson, both are great there. So you know what? I'm probably going to actually so there's the Devontae Adams. That's the line you get. I'm going to throw Garrett Wilson back in here, though. I mean, do I do that? Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams. Let's do Garrett Wilson. But I think you could absolutely throw Devontae in there. Do any of these guys have incentives real quick? That could be the tiebreaker for me right there. 90 signing bonus. No. Jets week 17 incentives. Let's see if they'll come up. NFL players, incentives. All right, let's go back here. What's the code? There's a shortcut for going back. And I can't remember what it is right now, but I know there is one. I am fumbling, but that is okay. All right, so I don't think. Let's assume neither one of those guys have incentives. Let's just build out. Let's not go crazy. Let's go out with who scores against them. It's got to be Devontae. Let's go Devontae here. That's a toss-up, guys. That's a real tough toss-up there. Tennessee and Jacksonville. Honestly, terrible game. I know I told you guys not to really bet on these terrible ones, but Tajay Spears is in a good spot this week. No Tony Pollard. I think that he could absolutely get a touchdown. Brian Thomas Jr. is always in play because the guy is a rookie monster. Tampa Bay, really the only guy I'd touch in this game for a touchdown is Mike Evans, who let me down last week. I feel like he owes us, right? Plus 6,500 here we're up to. Miami and Cleveland, ugly game. Probably a stay away from me. Devin Achane, by the way, guys. Last week, Devin Achane got that touchdown with like garbage time. He didn't need to score. Instead of like kneeling, he just runs it into the end zone. I needed that. So that would have been a cool story to cash that out. And this is the game. These are the games that you want to be betting on right here. These bottom 3 games are going to be it. I think Justin Jefferson has a huge week this week. Personally, I think he's in a great spot to ladder his receiving yards. So just to show you what that looks like, 88.5 is fine. But I think if he gets 88.5, it's kind of similar to Mike Evans. His line is like 85.5. If these guys are getting their prop, they're hitting this line. Truly, I think they're going to hit the 100 plus. So maybe just look at the alt line and go like 100 plus at a plus 140, and then maybe it's 125 a plus 310. I think that's the way I would attack some of these guys. And maybe even look at this. I mean, I'm not going to put it on this slip, but like a plus 710. I know. Let's pull up Jefferson real quick. I don't even know if he's hit this year. Sorry, it's a little wonky for me to type on the phone the way I have it propped up. But let's look at the last 20 games and let's just see. That's my bad. Let's just see how many times has he gotten 150. Has he gotten 150? We're adding in a couple of cool features pretty soon. It doesn't look like he's got 150 this year, I don't think. So hasn't gotten 150 this year, but in a game they need to win, this should be a back and forth game. It's relatively high scoring. I'm hoping. Let's hope so with that 48.5 point total. Jefferson could easily pop off in this game and kind of go crazy. But if you want to look at the 125 plus, there you go. That's what you got. So in the last 10 games, he's hit this 3 times. All right. So it's not that far fetched. But for the anytime touchdown play, I really think that you could play Jefferson's anytime touchdown. And the other guy I like from this game is Jaden Reed, but that's more of like a straight bet play. So if you guys want a first touchdown parlay, I think Jefferson and like AJ Brown and maybe Josh Downs are like 3 guys, or maybe Tajay Spears, sub out one of those players for Tajay Spears. I think is a really interesting little angle, and maybe I'll build that out at the end. But these are the games that matter right here. Terry McLaurin, as I said, has that incentive. He's got the incentive to score a touchdown this week. Sprinkle in his first touchdown at a plus 650, guys. Sprinkle that in too. Let me go back because I've been neglecting the chat again. Looking forward to it. Looked good on first launch. Appreciate you, Kyle. The nice words for PropsBot. I need them and I appreciate them. I promise you. The release process can be a nightmare, especially with Apple's review timeline. Yes, Patrick, you're right. And guess what? Throw in the fact that it's the holiday time and they literally sent out a message between the 20th and the 26th. They will be slower on all the reviews and everything. So like, it's just like a perfect storm. But no complaints here. We'll get it out. And when it is, it'll just be an awesome celebratory sigh of relief. And I'll be excited to start pushing it out to people. We got a decent amount of affiliates lined up so that you'll see some other people in the community posting about it. And I just hope it, really blesses people. And I'm excited. Months and months and months of time, hard work, effort, monetary, all that stuff. I'm going to be psyched for it. I'm really excited. As you can see, guys, it's pretty sweet. It's pretty slick. It's not jittery at all, by the way. It's smooth as can be. I can see how it's coming up on the screen. And that's just because I'm like broadcasting the phone to the screen. JJ or Addison, anytime touchdown, who has better odds? You know what? Oh, I had Jefferson. What did I do? Why did I do that? Oh, look at that. Jefferson got corrected. Sweet. Like I said, I had that 2 things. So Jefferson's best odds, look at that. You don't even have to click into it though, guys. I mean, Jefferson, anytime touchdown, best odds right there, plus 110 on FanDuel. So I can tell you right now without looking, Addison's going to have a better odds or like, more bang for your buck there. Addison's odds. Sorry if I'm like slurping into the microphone, guys. My apologies. I apologize to you guys. I haven't done one thing and I'll do that in a minute. Addison, yeah, as I said, plus 110 was Jefferson. DraftKings has this for Addison at a plus 180. You don't even have to click into the play if you don't want to, but if you want to, go ahead and do that. And then you could sort around. You could say, hey, I don't have DraftKings. What's the next best? Caesars minus or plus 160. FanDuel plus 160. Let's scroll all the way to the right here. ESPN Bet, Bovada plus 140, plus 170. Flip. Everybody's got Flip plus 160. Now, where you're not getting it is, unfortunately, it looks like you're not getting it on any of the pick'em apps. So if you guys are on PrizePicks, that's just because I have an extra space in there. If you guys are on PrizePicks or Underdog, yeah, you're not getting them for either one of these guys here. But that is okay. Let's see. Is JT available on Underdog? I wonder if they're not on Underdog right now. Interesting. The touchdowns, I'm not finding them right now, but maybe they're updating too. That's a possibility. So yeah, I think the more likely guy to score a touchdown is Jefferson. But if you wanted to build a smaller parlay with higher odds, then just take 3 guys like Josh Downs, AJ Brown, and Garrett Wilson, and then maybe Addison. That's like 4 guys that are that plus 160 to plus 200 range. Put them together, you get like a plus, I don't know, 1,100, 1,200, whatever, roughly. And that's a great parlay right there. So let me give you guys one more. I told you guys this is truly a degenerate play, but I will give out another straight bet here for you guys that are just like, hey, I want to win money this week. I want to for sure win some money this week. I mean, this is the other play here. Um, George Kittle is an interesting option on the other side of the ball, but I think just adding Gibbs in, and it'd be cool to get here on a plus 3,800 and have that be our final leg of the sweat. I don't know how this is probably not that clear for you guys, but I wanted to zoom out for you guys to show you the full slip. So I'm going to snip that. Guys, this is a plus 3,800. I will spoil your surprise and say it's probably not likely to hit. All right. But I'm just going to throw $5 on that and I'll win $2,000. Perfect. That sounds fun today, right? Let's keep those selections in there. Let's zoom in. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. I want to remove out those selections. So hopefully you guys got them. Let me get to chat, and then I'm going to do a first touchdown slip. And let's just see what we can build out with just a couple of plays of the first touchdown. So I'm going to look at first touchdown. The confidence score is a little bit, the confidence score for first touchdown, guys, like this is a lotto. So, the AI can only do so much with this. But if you want to go based off confidence score, is Alvin Kamara playing today, by the way? He must have lines for him. He must have odds. He must be back then. If he's back. Oh, okay. So he is not back. Oh, yeah. Bovada just has something for him. Okay. So just disregard that, guys. Obviously, you got to look at that. He was ruled out a day ago. So for whatever reason, the app will always have a player if they have lines available for them. So if any book has lines for them, even if they're wrong, there will be information for that player. So just make sure you're not playing injured players. However, if they are injured, you'll just get rebooted and that won't count anyway. So let me hop and say what's up to chat, but also do me a favor, guys. Smash the like button if you're on YouTube. If you are on Twitter, X, as the cool kids call it nowadays, hit the like button. Give me a little retweet. Hit that little button that looks like 2 arrows cycling. Give me a little retweet there and drop me a follow if you're not following me already. I appreciate you guys. Do me a favor. Big cough, unexpected. Go over to PropsBot.AI. So at PropsBot.AI, and just drop that Twitter account a follow. Trying to grow that out a little bit. My personal account's not even that big, so it's going to be a little bit hard to grow it out. By the way, yes, we have merch. If anybody wants it. No pressure. A little logo on the back. I'm not really sure what to do. I'm not a designer. All right. But if anybody wants it, these are like stretchy shirts. It's like a nice cotton material. Oh, it's almost see-through when I stretched it. Yes, I have those for you guys if anybody wants them. I know the people in the Discord, some of the people in the Discord wanted them. I probably don't have to show my face right now, but I'm just all over the place. All right, let's see here. Looking forward to it. Look good on first launch. JJ Addison plus 180 on DK. Thank you, Josh. What is up, Bassam? Hello. Downs plus 185 anytime touchdown on Hard Rock for those that have it. Appreciate you, Josh. Mr. Green, bro, tell chat, tell biz, and lock in. Mind the biz and lock in. Woodson, we're locked in, all right, my friend. We're locked in. Adams is inactive. Derek. Did I have Adams in that last one? I did not. He's inactive, huh? Well, they still have lines for him. All right, well, if he's inactive, shoot, does Brees get the touchdown? Yeah, they still got him. Let's go, Wilson. Look at this. Now, here's the problem, is that do the Jets score first? You could always do this, team. You could do first any player. Man, I am nasally. First team touchdown score right here. Garrett Wilson plus 480. And let's go like this. We're going to do first team. For A.J. Brown, we're going to do first touchdown. Okay. And let's do Josh Downs. Look at that. That's a plus 35,000. You've got first team over here and first game touchdown for A.J. Brown and Josh Downs. I mean, that's 3 things you need for a plus 35,000. And ain't bad. Patrick, Shakir, 3+ receptions. I got you. Great point. Appreciate the chat interaction. Give me some direction here, ladies and gentlemen. Khalil Shakir, 3+. Oh, look at this already. Ladies and gentlemen, That is a fantastic juice cutter, parlay piece. You're building out an SGP for this game. You're building out just a parlay for the whole day. There you go. Look at that. Now I'm going to be adding. See how up here we have the current season hit rate? So he's hit this 4.5 line in 64.29% of the games this season. I'm going to be adding that down here. So that'll adjust with the alt slider too. It just wasn't something we scoped out in V1. V2, well, actually not even V2. It'll be like version 1.1 or whatever. We'll have a couple of new things. Yes, no problem. $15. I'm keeping it safe. We'll be putting that out in the next version. So that'll be down here too. So you'll have current season down here for NBA, MLB, and NFL. Just can't do it all at once, but that we will have in there as well. So never fear. But yeah, that's a great play, Patrick. 3+ receptions. As you can see, he's got a great hit rate on that line. Let me give out another straight play real quick while we're dabbling around here. I mentioned Tajay Spears, guys. You probably could deduce. Well, I've already given out 2 technically. Justin Jefferson. I talked about that play, the straight play, and then the ladder. I like those. Tajay Spears. Talked about that. We can look at the Tajay Spears play. And another guy, obviously, is I'll show you guys one more in a minute. I just wanted some direction over here. All right, let me make sure. What is up? Young native, Garrett Wilson, Jaden Reed, 53.5 receiving yards. Jameson Williams, Darnell Movie, 51.5. Are you talking about for a parlay? I mean, you could do something like that. Yeah, Garrett Wilson with no Devontae in a game that, in theory, they're going to be throwing the whole game. That makes me like Garrett Wilson's prop a little bit better. Yeah, 56.5. I mean, other than the fact, is Devontae Adams really out? They got him everywhere still. Active. Oh, he is active. He must have been banged up, but it looks like he is. Oh, shoot. Looks like he is playing. We have a special connection. He hurt his hip pretty early in last week's loss. He caught Rodgers, failed to score another. Oh, so Rodgers is going for touchdown pass 500? It's got to go to Adams, right? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we're changing it up here. That means you got to go Devontae Adams. There's no way he doesn't try to get it to. Nope. Oh, yeah. We're playing this. We're 100% playing this. If that is true, if I read that, I read it quick, obviously, but if he's going for touchdown number 500 this week, yeah, we're definitely throwing that in. Hold on, guys. I'm just going to throw that in the Discord here. Listen, guys, appreciate you guys watching the live stream. But if you know me, you know we're feeding the Discord members. Got to take care of the fam. Sending that out now. Okay. Put that in the chat. That is interesting for sure. Rodgers, 500 touchdowns. There it is. Derek, if I just paid attention to the chat, Underdog News mentioned if Rodgers is quarterback next season, Wilson will be requesting a trade. Yeah, I saw that, Snoop. I think a lot of teams will be looking at him. Garrett Wilson's shown that he can obviously. I mean, he had issues with drops earlier in the season, but my goodness, man, that guy can obviously. He's a great route runner, gets great separation. Not the biggest body. What was I looking at? I was going to look at another play I was going to give out. That's it. Kittle. I think that's Monday night, right? Yeah, Monday night. So it's not going to show on Sunday, but it is going to show on Monday. Sunday night. Look at this. I mean, guys, snappy. Look at his longest reception prop for Kittle. All right. Only available right now on FanDuel. So if you got Fliff, you don't have FanDuel, you can't play this. But if you have FanDuel, guys, I mean, look at this insane hit rate. He's hit this on 76.92% of the games this season. This is a game that, in theory, the Lions have to win this game. And so, in theory, they're the better team. They should be playing from behind San Francisco, even though San Fran's at home. They are 3.5-point dogs in this game, which really is like 6.5 point. Detroit gets ahead, get the lead. You could parlay this. I mean, I'll build out a little SGP for this game because this game's a good one. I mean, this is fun. I mean, I think the Lions get it done. They got to win. I think you could play both these guys for a touchdown, and then sometimes it won't let you parlay the longest reception. Excuse me, but sometimes it will. Plus 650. Simple. It's two guys in Detroit to win. All right. Patrick likes the Cook first TD. I don't hate it at all. I'm not going to play this one. Whatever. Yeah, sure. I'll throw $3 on it just for tracking purposes. This is why all my tracking information, this is why I do a separate tracker, because I do a separate tracker in the Discord and everybody can see it. All the plays are posted live, and then all of them are recapped in the units and everything like that. But the reason I do it manually is because I'm a degenerate. Like, I love just building out these plays, especially when we're streaming together. And I just throw stuff in here and I play it because I want to track it and see how it does. Because that's part of my process and my research. So, like, okay, I liked this guy for this reason. How did it end up, how did it end up working out? And I like looking at it after the fact. And if I don't bet it, I won't track it. I won't go back after and write all these down or anything like that. I just don't have the time. So I do it this way. So I spend money to track it, essentially, but that obviously throws my results all off because a lot of times I'm just building more SGPs than I normally would. And then I post the ones I like, and then those are the ones, that get tracked and all that. Anyways, but yeah, so I am a degenerate. I love throwing plays. I love putting together parlays, guys. I'm just like you guys. I love building out parlays. So that is why I bet on pretty much everything we build here, just so I can go back and look at it after and track it. I think that Jaden Daniels' touchdown prop is interesting this week as well, if I didn't highlight that already. But I was going to look at one more first touchdown bet because Pat says that he likes the James Cook, and I don't disagree. Pat knows his Bills better than I do. So I'm going to go ahead and build one with James Cook as the starting focal point. Man, do we just go Brian Thomas Jr. is what scares me in this game, going Tajay Spears, excuse me, for first touchdown. The fact that Brian Thomas Jr. is out here makes me want to, I think Tajay gets his, but let's just say, and I do think Mike Evans gets the first one. I mean, look at that, a plus 23. Do I get greedy and we go one more? What's the other one? These are tight. These are tight games right here. So any ones that I don't think is tight, you know what? You know where I don't think it's as tight? I think you could go Josh Downs first, but if you want to play it safe with this, that's insane, by the way. Just go Jonathan Taylor at a plus 9,100. You know what? We're going to do this. We're going to throw $2 to win 1,800 on this, and then we're going to reuse our selections. And this is, I do not advise this. This is not smart gambling, because in theory, if all three of these guys are going to hit, then I should just play them like that and just take this guy out. There you go. But that's why you want to know why my picket would be all screwed up? It's because of that right there. But I can't help myself, okay? Because I love it, because it's enjoyable and it's fun and it's entertaining, and I'm doing this for fun. All right? Just FYI, you won't want to add Rodgers 1+ passing touchdown to the Adams prop. Oh, Adams touchdown prop is 135. When you add Rodgers, it is a 133. Good point. Appreciate you, Josh. I did not even notice that with everything going. So yes, do not add the 1+. You don't need it. If you want, you would have to add the 2+ to the Devontae Adams play. So if you want Devontae Adams for the touchdown, if you want him to do the first, just do Devontae Adams' first touchdown. Because if the Jets are going to score first and we think Rodgers' touchdown here, number 500, goes to Devontae Adams, it's probably the first. It's very, very possibly the first touchdown of the game. And if you want to do the team touchdown, just do that. First team touchdown, plus 300. Put a little tiny thing on it. $4. Let's do it just for fun. And yeah, or play the plus 950. There you go, for $50. That is why I have problems. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate you, man. I didn't even notice that. All right, guys. That's it. I'm calling it. Okay? I'm calling it. If you did not jump on the launch list yet, don't miss out. Okay? Hop on there. I will post it one more time in here for anybody who didn't see that at the top. Hop onto the launch list. Get yourself a discount. Try out the app for free or for a massive discount. I'm not sure what they will allow me to do, but there you go. That is it. It's just a jot form. All we need is name and email, and I think name might even be optional. So just email, and then I'll send out an email to let you guys know when it's live. As I said, end of day Tuesday is the hope. God willing, everything goes smoothly with it. That's when we'll be there. And appreciate you guys checking us out. We had 287 people watching across the multiple platforms. Kyle, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. I will get better. It is just a cold. Give me another day or two, and I will be right as rain. Appreciate you, Josh, for pointing that out too, brother. I appreciate it. You guys are sharper than I am for sure, especially right now. Enjoy your Sunday, guys. Hope you guys have a great day with family and friends. Have a great new year. If I don't live stream before then, but I anticipate that I will. So hopefully I get to see you before then. But if not, have a great time. Have a safe new year. And remember, bet smart and win more.